Hi everybody, this is Chris with Invest LYH. And in this video, I am kind of responding to a video that I watched earlier today in Phoenix, Arizona about the market out there. Now, I asked the content creator, the agent out there who was looking at the market and the listings, if he could break it off into 8 different categories and see where the listings are coming. And I don't think that I did a very good job of communicating that. So I just thought that I would do it in quartiles in 4 categories and see how it could play out and how we could see where the listings are and what will happen to them. And you can see here that the top here I have to see if a listing will sit or if it will sell. So the first thing I want to do is just say that I have some affinity to Arizona. I lived there for a long time. I did not live in Phoenix. I lived down in Tucson. And I love Arizona. But this is the market. I just pulled the data today from Redfin, right? Redfin right up here. And what I want to do is just kind of explain how we can do this, how we can look at a market and see where the listings are going and give you guys some understanding of what happened to the overall real estate market and see how it plays out in a statistical manner. So in order to do that, the first thing we got to do is look at what a bell curve is. And generally what we have on a curve is we have our median right at the dead center of all of the data points. So I think in Phoenix there was like 350. So that means that this would be 350, and if we did this by like price, and this would be 0. So, or 1, sorry, 1. So this would be the lowest price, and this would be the highest price. Okay. And this is the mean, or the median is what we call it, median. And basically what that means is that if this was 100 homes, or 101 homes, we would have 50 on this side and 50 on this side with 1 in the middle. That's what that would mean if they were priced out that way. So that is what we need to understand how these listings are working. Now, before we do that, let's take a look at some numbers here. So we see here that it doesn't say that it's a mean. It says that its sales price is 429. So I would consider that a gauge. So I would say that of all of the homes in Phoenix area, 429 is right here. That is where the most are being sold. I guess if I could rewrite that, it would be like this. It would be 429 down here, straight up, and that is how the market would look. Okay. So let's take a look at some of the numbers because I pulled them up right here. So we can see that there's quite a bit of money in Phoenix. This is the total number of MLS homes in this particular data set that I pulled today, which is just right here. These are 350 homes right there. I think I did for sale and single family, I think is what I did. And it just says Phoenix. So it has some surrounding areas, but in general, that's where it is. And what we have here is we have earlier I said I want people to break it up into eight different sections. Well, what I have here is 4 sections. So we have our lowest price home here. We have our $9 million home here, 9.8. And then we have 8, 13. And we have 425. And we have 550. What I just did is I took the 25th percentile, 50th, 75th, and 100th, and added it to a graph from 0. So now we have 4 markets. So are there more listings here, 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 or here? That is what I want to identify. Why do I want to identify that? Because we know the life cycle, as I've taught before on this channel, the life cycle of a buyer. Entry level, move up 1, move up 2, possible move up 3, luxury. And sometimes you get a great job here, you jump here. Sometimes you get a great job here, you jump here. Sometimes, like what's going to happen next month, you get drafted by the Phoenix Cardinals and you skip this and you jump here. And that's okay. But what I'm saying, but the reason why I want to bring this up is because if we can agree that of this market, what does Logan Monteshami say? Like 80% of people have 4% or own their home, right? If we can agree that 80% of people do this, that means that this market has 80%. This market has 80%. This market has 80%. And this market has 80%. What that means is that the number of people who are moving up is just this little pair, 20% right here. Same here. Same here. Same here. Okay? So we can see now that we've compressed the market. It looks like it's a big market, but because of this statistic, it is a really small market. Okay? So, how does that help us with these graphs? Well, if you are here, right? Let's say you're in the move up 2. Let's say you're move up 2. You bought your home for, let's say, $400,000 in 2018, and you have a 4% rate. Are you willing to put your home on the market for $750K to try to move up? Absolutely. So, how many of these people are doing this, understanding that if they don't sell, they can fall back on this 4% rate? Let's take a look. Okay. How do we do that? We look at the bell curve. We look at the curve and we look at the divided market. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to see. So we have 350. Think about this market, right? Where, if we were to come back to the entry level, move up 1, move up 2, and move up 3, and luxury. And if we were to take that and put that on a bell curve, right? Can we see what we're doing here? Median should be here at 429, which means it should be right here, 429. Because this is the middle. Here, let's do this. Let's get rid of that. Let's different color. 429, 429. Why? Because that is the middle of the entire market. So we should see 50% of homes this way and 50% of homes this way in a normal market. And I shouldn't say like in a normal market, but like statistically, when you're looking at it, this is what you would look for. It could skew, right? It could be like a little bit higher over here and then coming out, and that's okay. Now my anticipation, and I haven't drawn the graph out yet, is that it's more like this. It's a little skewed to the high end. And if it's skewed to the high end, and we know that 429K is the sold price, what will happen? Listings will sit. All right, let's take a look. So what I did here is then, after I got all of the data, I said, let's break it up by the city that it says in Redfin, and let's take a look. Let's see what we got. But we know that 429 is the sales price, that the middle sales price, right? The average or the mean or the mode. They're all different. They all mean something different, but I don't necessarily know what they said in this market report. What does it say? It just says sales price. It doesn't say, oh, median sales price. Okay, so it's the median. So we know the median sales price is 429. So this should be the middle, right? Where is this in the middle? Right here? So it's not there. And right here. So that's 1, 2, 3 places. And that doesn't even really make sense for these top two, because look at this is only 3 sales, 3 homes, 1 home. It might make sense on this one here where it's in the middle. And what I guess, like, you're looking at this and you're like, well, Chris, what is this? I don't see what I'm looking at here. For each one of these, it's a 4 bucketed market. Okay, in the middle is the median. Okay, so in the first one here, let's go to Phoenix. So this goes up to 419K. And then it goes up to, where is that? 529K at the median. And then it goes up to 777K at the 75th percentile. And then the highest priced home in Phoenix proper, 9.8 million. Now that's kind of an outlier, but what that means when we look at it in terms of a bell curve is I'll probably go like this, have an extremely long tail for that 9.8 million home. Okay. So when we look at this, how are these, what is the distribution of these, do you guys think? Well, I couldn't do all of Phoenix or I'd be here all night. So I took a look at Anthem. Okay. Let's scroll down and take a look at Anthem here. So we know that, what do we got? We got 505, 25%, 585, 50%, 759, 75%, and 825 as high, 100%. So let me do some manipulation here. Okay, pull that down. Let's take a look here. So we know that 4,929K is, in general, it's not a hard and fast rule, but the median sales price, okay, should be the middle. All sales should be above, or 50% of sales should be above or below that price. Well, we can see here that none of these are below. So if we were to regraph this, the 429 here in sales price, and let's say it was just a normal bell curve, our Anthem curve would look like this. Why? Because none of these homes, the tail actually would not come about until right about here. So let me redraw this. It would actually be like this. Why? Because 439 is where the curve starts. Listings are on the high end. And if you are an investor, are you going to buy any of these homes? I mean, there might be here's the thing. That's a generalization. This home at 488 may be aftermarket value of 675. That's the case, yeah, an investor would buy that, right? There was a guy out there, he does a lot of he's got the 2 sign, right? He buys a lot of properties subject to. So what if he could get this 495 or 515 home, right, for 400 sub 2 at 2% rates or something or 2.9 rate, right? That's a purchase. You would purchase that. That's a no-brainer. But in general, are investors looking for these properties? No, they are not. Why? Because the listings that we're hearing, listings are going up, which means we are in for a decline. We are in for a crash. Listings are going up. Well, they're going up on the higher end of the spectrum. They are not on the entry level, or in some cases, the move up one level, right? If the 429 is the middle of the road, that means we have 2 quartiles behind it and 2 in front of it, which means entry level is usually about 70-80% of the lowest quartile, entry level. And then we have move up 2, move up 3, and luxury. Okay. I just thought I'd show this to you guys just to kind of show you that where my thought process was coming. And when I told somebody to take the entire spectrum of the market, so this is highest price home, right? This is lowest price home, divided up into quartiles. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and divide it up again. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And when they say listings are up, right? My guess is listings are up right here and here. You are going to see a surge in listings here. Why? 2 reasons. In Phoenix, because they're reassessing. Now, I would just assume that. I don't remember if the assessments happen every year. I do know in Texas that happened. It happened to me. In Florida, which happened to me recently, there's another reason. This would be one reason why people are listing. This is another reason why people are listing. Okay. Listings are up. It's going to crash. Except if this is our entry level market, if this is our move up market, the listings are over here, not here. Okay. Just thought I'd do this quick video for you guys to show you guys kind of how I'm thinking about this. Let me stop sharing this now. If you have questions about the market, please let me know. But I'm like trying to figure out how am I going to communicate to this guy, because he had a good video. He did a good video. I should find his video and put it in the comments. But he I don't think I communicated well enough to him what I thought he should do to kind of review and see where the listings are going. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know.